Going to take you to business now. Stephen's joining us here and say it's starting with Snapchat today, aren't you, Stephen? Launches on the stock market today.
It does. It's said to be the biggest stock market launch in the US technology industry since Facebook back in 2012. Shares in the messaging app's parent company, Snap, go on sale on the Nasdaq in New York later. If the initial public offering is successful, Snap will be valued at $24 billion. That's despite the fact the company has yet to turn a profit. Now, Snapchat's value comes from its young user base. 71% of its users are under 34. Solange Mougin has the story.
It's the biggest tech giant to go public since Facebook in 2012. Snapchat's parent company Snap is hoping to hit big. Even if the company is still losing money, over $500 million in 2015, it's expected to be valued at up to $24 billion at its well-timed stock market launch. That's thanks to Snap's 158 million users and its young demographic. In total, they send some 2.5 billion snaps, or disappearing images and videos, every day. Entering the stock market at $17 a share is a hefty chunk of change for a company that's just 5 years old, and one that's run by a 26 and 28-year-old. Young founders that are set to become, with a handful of other executives, billionaires overnight. Based in California's Venice Beach, rather than further north in Silicon Valley, some of the beach town's residents fear that such an influx of wealth is going to further change the eclectic suburb of Los Angeles.
Pushing people who have lived here for generations upon generations out because they can't afford to live here anymore.
For others, Snap's success is great news for business owners.
I see it as a major a boon for the community. And the company itself, I don't know. It's almost like Venice won the lottery.
Entering the stock market in New York, Snap will be worth billions of dollars in the blink of an eye. But to keep its value, it's facing many challenges, namely from competing services launched by Facebook.
Yeah, one to watch there, of course, for Wall Street later. What's happening on the markets then in Europe, Stephen?
Shares in Europe had a great day on Wednesday, but things are looking a little bit calmer at the market open today in Europe. London starting slightly in the red, small gains in Paris. That's the closing figure for the DAX in Frankfurt yesterday that you can see up 2%. It's starting the day around the flat line as well. Now, markets really holding on to much of the gains which came from the optimism over Donald Trump's comments about tax cuts and also the prospect of an interest rate rise in the United States. One share we're keeping an eye on for you today is the cement company LafargeHolcim. They've just reported their annual results. Shares up over 2%, but a very interesting story in the company's results statement. They said they made significant errors of judgment in how they dealt with armed groups in Syria. This is to do with payments the company made to allow operations to continue at its Syrian plant before it was evacuated in September 2014. So some elements of what the company is saying about that today, significant errors of judgment being that key expression that we were hearing from LafargeHolcim. In Asian trading in shares today, we had some gains on the Asian stock markets following a record finish from Wall Street on Wednesday. The Nikkei in Tokyo finishing the day up 0.9%. Some more of today's business headlines for you next. Yahoo has admitted its executives knew about a hack in its services back in 2014 before it agreed on a $4.8 billion sale to Verizon. An independent investigation found the executives didn't properly comprehend or investigate the state-sponsored cyber attack, which affected up to 500 million accounts. Yahoo's chief executive, Marissa Mayer, says she'll give up her bonus for last year because of the failure which happened on her watch. The brewing giant AB InBev seen its results hit by lower demand for beer in Brazil. Company's earnings fell by 3.6% in the country in the last 3 months of 2016. Overall, though, revenues at the firm, which makes brands including Budweiser and Corona, grew by 2.4% last year to over $45 billion. And the two partners in the accounting firm PwC, responsible for Sunday's Oscar mix-up, have been banned from future ceremonies. Decision announced by the Academy President, Cheryl Boone Isaac. PwC has overseen the Oscars voting and award giving for 83 years, but the organisers say they're reviewing their relationship with the firm.
I feel quite sorry for them. They gave,
know, I do a little
they
bit
gave
as
us a
well.
wonderful moment. It made me laugh. Anyway, now finally from Stephen, Lego. They're launching a new brand, Lego. This is actually celebrating women in space.
Yes, 5 female pioneers from NASA will be celebrated in a new range of toys from the Danish manufacturer. Lego had called for ideas for new characters. This was the winning proposal from science writer Maya Weinstock. It won the online poll with more than 10,000 votes. The 5 characters that you can see there celebrate women in science. They include Sally Ride, the first American woman in space, as well as Katherine Johnson, a mathematician and space scientist, recently featured in the film Hidden Figures as well. Toys will be available to buy from the end of this year.
Most famous woman in space? Miss Piggy. It's not there, is she? Where's Miss Piggy from Pigs in Space?
Well, I'm sure she's writing a letter of complaint as we speak.
I'm sure she is, yeah. Thanks a lot, Stephen. I'm not quite sure whether she is a woman either. But anyway,